Indiana Jones and the Great Circle game a few days ago at the Xbox Developer Showcase, and I saw a lot of really good things in that gameplay trailer that I want to talk about today because to me, at least what I saw online as the reaction afterwards, I saw a lot of concerns, and they're valid concerns, but I saw a lot of really good things that make me pretty high on this game, and I want to talk about a lot of those reasons, whether it's to put your concerns to rest or to maybe try and help you see the game in a different light. But we're going to go over a lot of those reasons today, and I will, of course, go over some of the critiques of it because it's not perfect looking, of course. Some of the concerns are definitely valid. Now, before we start today's video, remember, if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to leave it a big old like. If you enjoy content like this, you want more like it, be sure to check out that button underneath the video. It used to be red. It still says subscribe. I also got to thank my channel members. You guys help make these videos possible. Last but not least, I got to talk about my Substack, as well as my other social media you should definitely follow me on. But on Substack, you can get to know me a little bit better. We can talk about more informal discussions, and I post the article once a month that you can join. You can leave comments, you can like them, you can read them, you can just be a sub. I don't know, it's whatever you want to do, but it's a great way to have more direct interactions with some of my viewers outside of just the videos, because there is content there that isn't just what I cover in videos. So it's a great way to just be a little bit more interactive. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Yes, I know it's a Bethesda game, and Starfield was fun for about 5 minutes before all the loading screens made me put it down, probably forever. It was a pretty game. It was good fun for a bit. But then Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty came out, and I was like, this is actually a 2023, now 2024 game, and it made Starfield feel really dated. Now, it is published by Bethesda, but it is being developed by MachineGames. You might know them from the modern Wolfenstein games, and while they weren't all amazing, there were some good ones in there. And I think this is why some people do have some concerns. One, because Bethesda, the graphics don't look that amazing. You could tell they were dated in Starfield, and in this, you can definitely tell they don't look the absolute best that we could possibly get in 2024. But there's a couple reasons that I do believe in this game. One, I think the first-person perspective is actually there for a better reason than just to have it to differentiate it from Uncharted. Now, if they're able to incorporate some more immersion, incorporate mechanics that involve puzzles and traversal, and some of that immersion that falls into some of that Indiana Jones action, so it feels a bit more potent when you are going through things like a rickety bridge or having a fight on top of a moving vehicle. If it can add to those types of moments, not just visually but also mechanically, I think that could actually be a really good decision and something I'm a big fan of. You also have Troy Baker in to voice Indiana Jones, and he sounds exactly like Harrison Ford. It's actually kind of insane. Now, you might know Troy Baker as Joel Miller in the Last of Us games, and he also plays Sam Drake in Uncharted 4. So this seems like familiar territory for him, and if the voice lines in the trailer are anything to go off of, he has absolutely nailed the role. There's just certain things, the way he nails the cadence of Indy, the way he nails the voice.
You have any idea how old that was?
Some of the different moments where you can just feel that personality come through. He seems like he's nailed it. Now, it could just be something that we only see in the trailer. Sometimes all the best moments are just in the trailer. That's fine. But I think with him on board, with MachineGames, Todd Howard is apparently a big Indiana Jones fan. I think a lot of care is going to be put into the storyline of this game. And I think despite any kind of graphical issues, or even if you don't enjoy the first person perspective, the storyline may be able to carry this game a little bit further than it otherwise could have gone. And I also want to remind people, just going back to the first person thing briefly, we all thought Cyberpunk 2077 going to first person after playing The Witcher 3 in third person was going to be weird, especially with all the customization in an RPG. You want to see your character, but I feel like that first person perspective in Cyberpunk was essential to the overall experience and telling the narrative and going through the experience as V and be able to interact with Johnny and you know, do some of the things that I don't want to spoil Cyberpunk's story to achieve some of the story beats and make you actually feel what V is going through. You needed to be in first person, and that's why I'm glad that game was in first person. It's one of my favorite games ever, and that is a core reason as to why it is. Anyway, let's talk about some of the story, some of the things that's hinted at in this game. We've already talked a little bit about gameplay stuff. The Great Circle it sounds perfectly like an Indiana Jones type of thing to be doing. It looks like it's set in World War II or potentially just before. Pretty sure some of the movies were set in like 1933, 1936, so in the time leading up to it. That could still very well be the case. We do see one scene where it looks like Indy is jumping off of a biplane onto a Japanese Zero. This seems to indicate that this might be taking place somewhere in China, and that conflict between Japan and China starts in 1933 and continues through World War II. The only reason I say it's China, not one of the random islands in the Pacific, is because it looks like there is a very large city in the background that is severely war-torn, and that would fit the description of the invasion of China. There's also ancient monuments and things like that in China, and that seems to be what we're going for. We see at one point a diagram of Indy looking at a circle going around the globe, and it looks like monuments that line up in this circle that goes around the globe, and there's this secret society that's protecting them for some reason or another. There's other ones that we see. It looks like Indy and his partner are going up to this large temple of some sort on this river. It looks kind of jungly. This could be something like a Sumerian ziggurat on the Euphrates and Tigris River, or it could be something in Southeast Asia. There are a lot of great temples in Southeast Asia that would also very much fit this type of image. And this is on top of seeing the main antagonist in the Egyptian desert. As we've seen from a lot of the promotional material, the Sphinx and the Great Pyramids will likely be a place that we get to go to in this game, as well as likely several other monuments around the world. So I'm very intrigued as to the storyline of this. It feels like a perfect Indiana Jones type of story and setup, and Troy Baker seems to be nailing the role really well. The gameplay with the whip looks fun. You get to punch a lot of Nazis, whip them, shoot them, all that fun stuff. Overall, I'm way more excited for this game. I love Indiana Jones. I wanted to be Indiana Jones growing up. And if they can nail that feeling of adventure in a unique way that feels like you're actually Indy in one of the movies, and it feels authentic and immersive with the puzzles and the action, and do it in its own unique way so it doesn't just feel like, Uncharted Indiana Jones edition, which may not honestly be a terrible thing if it was. But if that was the case, I think this game, they could actually really nail it, and I'm very excited to see more from it and get my hands on it when it does finally come out. Anyway, let me know down below, what do you think of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle? Are you high on it like I am, or are you fairly skeptical of it? Let me know down below. Let's have a conversation. But before you go, if you are a gamer that finds yourself on the go quite a bit, I want to talk about my partner today, Boostroid Cloud Gaming. I've partnered with them for quite a while now, and I honestly do really love their service. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on my old school laptop, and for just a few bucks a month, you can do the same thing. The way it works is you pay a few bucks to the service. You can link your Steam account, your Rockstar Games account, I think Epic Games account. There's several other launchers. You can link your account to Boostroid, and you can play all the games that you already own from any device that has a browser available. So if you think your PC is maybe a little dated, or you're just on the go with just your cell phone or something, as long as you can access a browser, you can access Boostroid and play all of your favorite games on high settings if you'd like, on a PC somewhere around the world. It is pretty fun. I definitely recommend having a good internet connection because there is some lag, but overall, I can't really complain about being able to play Red Dead Redemption 2 in between classes, and I don't think you would complain about playing all of your favorite games on the go either. So if you want to help further support the channel, check out the link down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.